For me, man, I just think it's about continue to grow your own brand. You know, I'm a big fan of Nipsey Hussle. Like, I'm a big fan of, like, not begging for a seat at people's table. Anytime we hear the words like, oh, we got to see how we can sell it, or we don't know if we can sell it, that just means you got too many black people in your shit. You got to think, man, like, it's so many movies, so many anime, so many animations, like, people have told the same story over and over sometimes. So, like, you can't tell me that, like, if I'm telling a good story, you can't sell it, you know. But at the same time, I just think, like, you have to have a great idea. Between me, Will, Corey, like, we've sat in 3 or 4 pitch meetings, and after somebody tells you, like, you know, we don't know if we can sell your product or we don't know if it can work, you know, for me, I'm just like, okay, well, cool. Well, like, I'm going to build my brand big enough to where I'm never asking you to buy anything from me again. You're going to email me and set up a meeting with me, and that's my vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not begging anymore. And so, like, with Noir, I know it's a great idea. I know it's great. And I think if Noir continues to grow, you know, who knows what it could be.
Definitely looking into, you know, creating, you know, our own platform. I think I'm a few steps away from achieving that. I think, you know, for me, like, having shows on TV, it's a way to get the visibility and to build your brand and kind of create equity in your name. And then you want to leverage that success into your own platform. Otherwise, it's going to be real difficult, like, for you to compete with the giants. Like, no one, you know, like, if you had a streaming service right now, but no one knows about it, it's not going to really matter so much. Also, the content is really expensive to make. So the more equity you can build in your name and your brand, it's a lot easier for you to get investors and get corporations maybe involved and even talent. And then you can start building, like, you know, packages, you know, for each of the properties or the pieces of content that you want to put out. But that's always the goal ultimately. Like, right now, I'm talking to some people in Africa, because I'm thinking even outside of the U.S., like, for the global market, and actually bringing stories from Africa to the global market and bringing some of the talent from here and Africa together, you know what I'm saying, so that we can use our resources and a lot of the success we've had over here and educate and teach, you know, content creators in Africa to bring the level of quality up to the global market standards, you know, because that's my magnum opus. Like, that's what I want to do at the end of the day. Like, that's what it's about.
We're in the age of technology, information and technology, right? And markets will and always will continue to correct themselves. And the answer to your questions are literally in the palm of your hand. With Facebook Watch and IGTV and YouTube, you can live stream and upload content and have watch parties and stuff on all these different platforms. So the key element is support. If we're able to garner enough support to the point where we're setting the market value and everything like that, and we're literally like, hey, I want to see an Exogenesis, man. We got enough supporters where, you know what, Johnny, you don't need Netflix. You don't need, we'll fund it for you. And then we can air it directly to the palm of your hand. We can create it and air it directly to you. So the technology is eventually going to correct the market. Where we usually drop the ball at is, you know, not getting enough support to see the idea through to its completion. So, like, I always, you know, I try to, like, put the ball in, you know, your court. If you really want to see an IP come to life, you've seen the Kickstarters. I mean, nigga, cash at me $20. Let's get it. If everybody that wanted to see something really actually contributed to it, it could get made and you could really be self-sufficient. Because at the end of the day, once you're able to air things, now you're talking about advertising dollars. And no Fortune 500 company is going to say, yo, we got Facebook Watch Exogenesis, 2 million people watch that shit every time it comes on. Pepsi's gonna call you and be like, hey, you wanna show this commercial of somebody opening the 2-liter in the middle? They're gonna start cutting you checks. And then we could start rewarding the supporters by offering them opportunity. So technology is eventually going to create, correct the market. Our thing is to not stand by and watch people set the market right before our very eyes. So we have to get active when it comes to that, man. I promise you, we can fund and do all of these ideas on our own, but we got to really support it. You know what I mean? So like anytime I see anybody, black doing something dope and it's creative and it's, they're asking for money, I send the money. You know what I mean? I send the money, I send the support, whatever resources I can, I can lend, I'm going to provide them, because it's like, yo, if once we get one of these, IPs or whatever idea it is done to the highest level with literally no input from any outsiders, everybody will be able to create.